Welcome to Debt Relief and Credit Repair channel. Your concerns are our answers. The information presented in this video and channel is for informational purposes only. No professional, accounting, financial, investment, or legal advice is given or implied by the channel or moderators. Do you want to embark on a thrilling payment experience without using your credit or debit cards? You're on the right track by selecting this video right now. I'll be sharing a method for paying your bills in today's video. A lot of people report success with this process. However, only risk takers should use this approach. I've tried to share this technique since I've seen it in action, and it's simply fantastic. Make sure to watch until the end of this video to learn about the facts and to prove for yourself that this approach really works. First things first, turn off APay if you are using it. Then, access your credit card statement online and print a physical copy of it. Print a statement whenever you pay your bills online. Don't forget to print a statement and turn off your e-billing. This assertion serves as a check. From this point on, your statement is essentially a check. Even though the line may occasionally indicate remittance coupon or payment coupon, this is actually a check. I've learned from some individuals that the moment you apply for anything where you're using a credit card, such as purchasing a car, a house, or a loan, you are applying with your social security number. The company net is automatic, and it will immediately get paid because that money is coming from your trust. Everybody who has a social security number has trust in the Treasury, and that's worth a lot of money. It's not as if there isn't a bank there or something. People ask for your social security number when you apply for credit because they trust you and consider it a part of your credit. Your credit is for that. If you get a credit card with 20,000 on it, the company using your social security number will receive the money from your trust since they are immediately paid for the amount they supplied you. When you give someone your social security number, you are granting them authority to perform this action, so they will receive payment from your trust. Now, since they are borrowing money from your trust, they have already been paid. Now, you shouldn't be in debt if you owed money. Imagine if you had $1,000 in your bank account when you went there, for instance. Let's imagine you wrote a check for $1,000 or $1,001 and it cleared. But when you check your bank account after it cleared, it showed a negative dollar amount, indicating you owed the money. The rationale is because when you receive your bill, it is good news since it has already been paid. Therefore, when you pay back, you are truly settling a debt when you pay the credit card company, the light or gas company, or any other account. You are not making a debt payment. Your money, which is contained in Federal Reserve notes, is actually being held by that corporation. Actually, they are retaining it and making interest payments on your own funds. This might sound crazy, that's why I'm telling you. This process is not for scaredy cats. But these facts are real. There are laws that specify these things, such as the Uniform Commercial Code laws. The printed statement is a check that you can fill out and return to your credit card company, loan provider, auto manufacturer, or mortgage lender. It doesn't matter. The most crucial things is to be aware of these laws. This is effective. However, you should print up all of your statements or whatever first. Print up your statements, switch off your e-bill, and let them mail you a statement for everything you owe and have to pay. Allow them to email you. They occasionally put a coupon on the back of the statement. It's advisable to mail your statement. They sell items for which you can send a voucher or send nothing at all. You won't have to read all of it if you just provide a coupon. It's alright. You can print, but if you would want to start the process right now, sign in and print a statement. If you're unable to do that, request from your loan or credit card provider and ask them to mail you a statement or to assist you in turning off your e-billing. It's the reason they make you complete the e-billing correctly, since they began off by saying that the move away from paper was being made in order to conserve trees. Listen, though, your one piece of paper is not saving any trees if you turn off your e-bill. They do it in order to prevent you from learning how to do this. It is done so that you won't have the check or the statement in your hand. When you accurately complete it, you will mail it back because they have already been compensated. The credits will be added to the account. You might pay the bare minimum. There is a method to fill this out, whether you do half the amount or whatever. You can add loss to this. You use certain words here. They will apply certain action you take on this payment when you send it into your account. There are actions to be taken. Now, if you don't do it, you can either call them or explain the laws to them by saying something like, "Hey, according to this law, it says the practice of conditional acceptance is possible." When you send it to the CEO and CFO's office, they will immediately recognize it when they see it. Sometimes, the people who are handling the payments may not know what it is when you send it in to the PO box, and you may then need to go through another step of the procedures. But that is how it functions. Due to this, whenever you apply for something using your social security number, you are granting that firm permission to access your trust. It's referred to us as u.c.c trust, and whatever money they handed you will have been deducted from your trust, meaning you are borrowing your funds. Thus, when you receive all of your bills, they are all positive numbers. If the account has previously been settled, the amount they claim you owed is positive. You could occasionally encounter people who assert that they are unable to carry out their plans because the law is above the policy. No matter what the company's policy is, laws always take precedence over policies. And you can include a list of specific statutes at the bottom. Each law has different sayings and different statements. I'm going to give a specific illustration that deals with payment tender. If the tender payment of an obligation to pay an instrument is made to a person entitled to enforce the instrument, that would be the people at the credit card company, loan company, or wherever finance company they are enforced. This is also the instrument. This law I'm reading to you now is based on legal principles that apply to the tender of payment under a simple contract. The name of this law is tender payment. Part B of it states that if the tender for payment of an obligation to pay an instrument is rejected, the time to enforce the instrument which is the contract made to the person, is given to pay the instrument. Up to the amount of the tender of obligation, there is a discharge. If you submit this in and they reject it, that debt is cancelled up to the amount listed on there. According to an endorser or accommodation party with the right of recourse with regards to the obligation to which the tender relates, therefore you will enter a certain number when filling out this form. The sum, for instance, is 574. They must apply that to your account because that portion is discharged without a problem. The sentence that follows this one states it clearly. The duty of the obligor to pay the interest after the due date on the amount tender is discharged if the tender payment of an amount due on an instrument is made to a person empowered to enforce the instrument. That implies that you sent it on time, even though they did reject it, and interest is charged to the amount because it was delivered after the due date. You promptly send the payment. Whatever the due date is on this document, you send it on time, and they reject it after the deadline had passed. A, B, and C of this law are put on the coupon when you send it in, since you are utilizing this as payment. Any interest that compounds is dismissed as well. You're paying with this. Your payment was sent. They declined. It has now been released. So that is how it works. You will spend much less money as a result of this method. As you become more familiar with this procedure and laws, you will save a lot of money. But once more, don't listen if you're scared. Do not inquire of me. Oh my God, has anyone ever done this and been imprisoned? Oh my God, my dad and my cousin both said. Let me be clear. This is for those who are eager to learn something new. I'm hoping today was useful to you. I hope I've at least gotten your attention and inspired you to forward this along to anyone who might find it useful. We appreciate you watching this video. To ensure you don't miss anything, be sure to hit the subscribe button on this channel. Learn greatly and expensively from this channel. I'll see you on our next video.